We're getting ready to depart tomorrow for our first camping expedition of the season. This one is going to be a straightforward tailgate or trunk camping out of our Go Fast. And so I'm just about ready to put the final touches on what we're taking with. And as you'll see if you watch on here, I am taking way too much stuff as usual. It's going to be a 3-night trip and it's going to be cold, so I'll show you what we're taking with and how I pack up my Go Fast if you're interested in that sort of thing. Let's do it. The first area that I'm going to do a little walkthrough on what we got and where we got it is the back seat. And in the back seat, the first thing you'll notice is there isn't a back seat. I've taken that out a long time ago to make room for gear. My basic pack up in this trip is I've got 3 cots. Those 2 are the Coleman Trail King. I really like those. And over there is a bag full of pillows. This little cooler is in here. We can throw things to eat along the way, some water and so forth. It just sort of sits there. Underneath here, of course, you can figure out I've got an axe for splitting firewood. Underneath we've got the accordion sleeping pads. Underneath that is a really cheap rug that we throw out to make it feel homey, and underneath that is a couple of wool blankets that come in real handy around the campsite. Inside here, of course, up front in the console, I've got all kinds of knives, tools, things that I may need. I'm going to be taking under that sleeping bag is the shovel, so I can dig a hole if I need to. This was my dad's hatchet when he was a state trapper. I still have it. That's pretty cool. A little hatchet. Underneath all that, there's a bag of extra stakes. Here we got, most people call this bear spray. I call it people spray. I'm not afraid of the bears. Extra rain gear, binoculars, just a variety of stuff. I always have a variety of tape, Gorilla tape, duct tape, electrical tape right in there. The other compartment on the other side has spare headlights. Headlights. I don't need any extra headlights. Spare headlamps. Here I got this little cord for hanging up things that might get wet if I want to do it inside. Got 2 rechargeable headlamps there. What this net thing is all about that I put in here, I just throw things that I think we might need. We got a really cool, we haven't hardly ever used it, but it's a mosquito net that you can hang up and sit in, underneath it. Another waterproof bag, emergency blanket with the reflective inside. I got 1 there, and I got 2 more in the back. Just some other miscellaneous stuff that we might need. This thing is, accordion's out, and you can hang it from the ceiling and just organize things with it. I realized when I was packing up, I got another bag full of garbage bags, because one time I left without garbage bags, so there's always garbage bags in here. So that, and this is the fun part of this. There's the sleeping bag. There's 3 more, and there's the 2 Mac Daddy ones. Those are the Kodiak Z-Top, I think they're called. Anyway, they're Kodiak, really good, heavy-duty sleeping bags. And I got 2, maybe 3 people going to be involved, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sleeping bags. So I accept that I overpacked. I lugged these Kodiaks over here. I'm going to put the Kodiaks in right behind me because I'm the driver, and I don't recline my seat. She likes to have space to recline her seat over there, so the Kodiaks are going to go right behind me, and it's nice that they end up below my line of vision. And then my extra sleeping bags, just because I'm me, will go in there. And that's kind of the brief tour of what's going in the back of my, this is a 2006 Tundra. We have that going for us. Before I go to the back and show you what's going in the Go Fast, I have Bruce rigged this. It's kind of an old timer. I don't spend a lot of money, but I look for a lot of function. And this net we got, I don't know, probably free at a yard sale. And I used my imagination to put it up there as a gear loft for a lot of our stuff. I put various things that I may or may not need along the way up on there. And stuffed up in there is my mosquito net that I can drop down when I'm sleeping down below here and leave the windows open. Also, I got a little miniature gear loft that pops down if I'm sleeping right down there. Up in this gear loft, lots of things that end up being up in there, but just the basics are right up there. I've got a bag full of dryer lint and the inside of a toilet paper roll that we use for fire starters, toilet paper, and paper towels up in there. Got this really deluxe fly swatter. Hardly ever been used. That hangs there just because when the flies are around they need swatting. We've got these great little battery operated lights when I'm looking for, there's one here, one over there. When I'm looking for something and come around the side here, it's really handy just to come around and turn that baby on and shut it off. Walking around further, I'll just touch base on what's in here and then show you what else is going in. Here's my Never Stop Exploring water jug that my daughter gave me. Just the basics in here. You're gonna, before I go into this, some people probably laugh, but I'm basically use what I have available to me and don't buy a lot of things. And I had bungee cords available to me, and I was gonna, when we first got this, I think 3 years ago, I was gonna use the bungee cords and come up with some fancier, better idea on how to function, and by golly, the bungee cords are working, and we can load this up for a variety of different trips. And this one is going to be a 3-night, pretty quick deal. And of course, I'm taking a lot of stuff. This is what we got. This is a Vevor pop-up gazebo. You can pop that thing up. I made a video about it in not very much time and put it back down, so it goes really good with the Go Fast camper theme. You can set up camp fast and take her down fast. This is the ladder that came with the Go Fast. I'll make another video one day about that. I'm not completely satisfied with that ladder, but it is a ladder that accordions and works out. Got a couple of, I think they came from Walmart, chairs that we really like. One there and one there. On top of each one is a soft-sided cooler for additional cooler space. This little table is an old Coleman, really lightweight table. Got our little buddy, so we can put it inside here at night and turn the heat on if we want to. It's going to be in the low 30s where we're going. A variety of other gear. We got 2 tables stowed up here. Behind here, I've got some inflatable sleeping pads, some more of the emergency blankets. I've got this green thing back here is one of those pop-up privacy shelters for showering or going to the bathroom, and one of those that's really tricky to put back in the bag. What else do we got in here? A couple of camp lights that have been fully charged. Those 2 white things have my 2 coats. One is a down coat and one is a Permaloft coat. That green canvas bag has got some good gear for rainy weather. There's 3 ponchos in there, and I also stuffed a hammock in there in case I want to really hang out and get into the hammock. Those bags up there have extra things like clothespins and so forth, stuff you might need. This right here is full of cordage. It's bungee cords, paracord, just cordage. This is a typical backpacking camp stove setup. Sometimes in the morning all we do is use that to heat water and get the coffee rolling. The bucket over there is the toilet if we don't have an outdoor toilet available, and we got bags that go in it, and there's the seat that goes on it, and we found that's a lot more stable on unstable ground, so we use that. Got an old vintage Coleman water container if we have to store, I think, up to 2.5 gallons of water. Got that going right up there in the front corner. Now let's load the rest of this up, tell you what's in there. This bag is one that I've put together just because I had it, and it holds all of our fuel canisters. It holds, in case we really want to hook up our stove to a bigger tank, we got that in here. We've got small canisters that I need to use up from backpacking. So this baby holds the fuel and the connections for fuel, and on the outside of it, lighters and some other miscellaneous items that get stuffed in there simply because I can. So that's what that bag's all about. And that one's heavy enough to just live on its own. It'll sit wherever I want to put it. We'll see where it lands. The next item is fantastic. This item we found at a yard sale or a church sale, and it wasn't much money, and I'm anxious to give it a try at camp. I tried it in the kitchen. It's called a Sizzle Q. What a cool item. There's a campfire grate. I'll sit this on the grate and cook with it. It's got a grease drip tray. It's a griddle. It's built like a tank. And that reminds me, if the campsite has a fire pit but not a grate, I got a grate that I bring. I got my own. I forgot to put that in here. So talking to you all reminded me of that. But this Sizzle Q has its own bag, and it's awesome. I can't wait to try it out at camp. And a guy like me can't figure out how to get it in the bag. The bag is not real heavy duty. So what we're going to do is set that over here. Tuck that in right in here, in between these two. It'll ride perfect there. That'll be good. So that campfire grate is going to go there. We don't have much else to put in here. I've got 2 of these totes, and this one isn't very packed. It's got a little tray to wash dishes in, some extra dishes utensils. Down in there is dishes utensils. We got our coffee press. Got to have the coffee press. Been to a lot of campsites with us. Just your basic stuff in here. And that will go right in there. We got one more tote for this trip. Got some eating trays, cooking utensils, paper towels, knives, spices, plates, cutting board, that sort of stuff in there. conveniently, it fits right in there. I'm really happy about that. I think we'll set that baby up right there. Then we always keep the cooler at the back because we have to stop along the way, get ice, get something to put in the cooler. The cooler's easily accessible. So then we put our cooler in here, not a fancy one, but it does the job. Right now, not much in there, some ketchup and mustard. There won't be a lot in it for this trip. We got to put our food in here and our clothes yet, but this is our basic setup. The last thing to go in at this point is a ladder. It's a little plastic step stool that folds up and is very sturdy for what it is. Holds me up, and I weigh about 190 pounds, and it really comes in handy. It's lightweight. It folds up with a shake of my wrist, and it'll sit right in here and be ready. I always have that little ladder near the back because, heck, I'm 72 years old, and crawling up in there, I can still do it. But the little step up makes life a little easier if I have to crawl up in there. So that thing is valuable. My wife laughs at me, and I always laugh at myself, because some of the things I like the best that I have, I got for free. And that was one of them. I ended up getting that for free. My favorite stocking cap that's coming on the trip, I got it for free. Just a lot of the things that I got for free, I like it, and I like making the most of it. So there's our basic setup. Well, there it is. Everything's in the truck except clothing and food and that grate that I forgot to put in there. I'll go get that next. But there it is. It's complete, and that's my brief walkthrough of what we're taking on our early season Go Fast Camper Go Fast outing. It's only going to be 3 nights. So that's what we're doing. This packing job is just about done, and remember, it's out there, and let's go get it. If you find this sort of content at least entertaining or helpful in any way, it'd be terrific if you'd help an old timer out and subscribe and hit the like button and all that stuff you're supposed to do. And if you're interested in a more detailed pack-up trip for a bigger, longer stay, you might be interested in this video.